Welcome back to the Karen Cave and welcome to this beautiful holiday season that we're starting to celebrate. I've changed out the Karen Cave apron for my Merry Christmas apron, and I wanted to share a really special recipe with you tonight. And what's even more special about it, and you know it's coming, I'm using my chili kickstart with it. And the reason I want to share this recipe with you is just to give you an idea of the different ideas and the different recipes that you can use this with. While its number one use is obviously that pot of chili that we used to make all winter long with this recipe, I have heard from so many people that have already bought this product and how they're using it. They're using it in their eggs, they're putting it over their eggs, they're using it to make Brunswick stew, they're using it in their soups. One of the biggest soups is the cabbage soup. They're just pouring the jar in there, and they said, this is all the ingredients that's in the recipe, so why don't I just pour the jar in there? And she said it took it to a whole different level. So I wanted to share this recipe. It's a Mediterranean recipe that I got from a girlfriend of mine here in our neighborhood, and I will share the name with it and some of the ingredients with it. All of the ingredients are not in this jar, but 90% of them are. So it has poached eggs on it, and it looked just delicious. So I have grabbed my cast iron pan, which I'm gonna make it in, and I'm gonna use that chili kickstart sauce with it. So if you haven't bought everybody their gifts this year, here's a great gift you can do. You can make up a basket with it. A lot of people are making up just like a North Carolina basket. If you're not in North Carolina, you can add it to something else. And if you want me to send this out to you, you can reach out to me on my website at KARENKAVE.com and email me or contact me through my website, and I will get some chili kickstart to you. It's not a problem that you're not here in North Carolina, and I don't have it out distributed broadly just yet. That's my goal for 2025. 2024 was getting this process, getting it in a jar and making it marketable so I can get it to you hopefully in 2025. So let me go into my kitchen and I'm gonna go make this recipe and I'm gonna share it with you. So stick with me. So we first want to start with that beautiful stainless steel pan. And we're going to take about a tablespoon of butter, divide it in half, and get that pan nice and warm so the butter starts melting, and scrape it around so you cover all the edges and the perimeter. Because what we're going to do with this is we're going to cook our eggs in here. We're going to poach our eggs first, and then we're going to set those aside. Now another option to this is you can skip this step completely and you can cook your eggs in the sauce when it's nice and warm. So if you want to cook them separately, go ahead and butter up the pan and add your 4 eggs. And what you want to do is be really careful. You don't want to break those yolks. You want those yolks nice and pretty to put those on top of the sauce. And if you want to know how to crack that egg without breaking it, you'll notice how I'm pushing my thumb after I've cracked it. I've got a video on YouTube that will show you. So go ahead, fry up those eggs and set them aside and keep them warm by putting a lid over them or just keeping a low fire on them. Next, you're going to want to fill up that cast iron pan with that chili kickstart. Pour in that jar and simmer it up. Warm it up nice and slow. If you decide to cook your eggs in here, you're going to want to make 4 little individual spaces to cook those eggs. Once it's simmered, you're going to want to add your cooked eggs if you've done that in advance. So you get to choose if you want to cook your eggs in the sauce or if you want to place your eggs already on top of the sauce. Go ahead and sprinkle it with a little bit of cumin and paprika mixed together to top it off. And then we're going to go ahead and add some parsley to our dish. And then we're going to top it off with some feta cheese just to give it that extra taste that you're looking for. Add salt and pepper to taste. And go ahead and serve it up on your prettiest Christmas dishes you can find. This makes a wonderful breakfast, brunch, or lunch for your holiday guest or just to warm your own stomach. Well, it doesn't come any easier than that, right? Just opened up that jar of that chili kickstart, put it in that big old pan, add some poached eggs to it, top it off with a little bit of paprika and cumin and some parsley and some feta cheese, and you've got a nice Christmas morning breakfast, brunch, or even lunch. I hope you've enjoyed this simple meal from a jar of such wonderful goodness that I have worked really hard on. You know, this year, that was my goal. And next year's goal is to bring it even closer to you. If you want a jar and you're not close by here in North Carolina, go out to my website, KARENKAVE.com, send me an email, and I'll get you a jar. Have a wonderful holiday season, a happy new year, and we'll see you in 2025. Here's to the chili kickstart.